This is an announcement. There will be an announcement shortly.
Hutton Orbital Radio News. Tune in every Thursday and get the horn.
The orbital is dark and silent. No one is around and there is an eerie emptiness about the place. It's as though the whole station has gone into hibernation. Then, on a console in the flight control room, a small light turns green and is followed by the glow of a console coming to life. Lights come on in the room and fans begin to turn as automated systems kick in to make the place habitable and the familiar background hum of machinery returns. Slowly, the behemoth awakens from its slumber. On the parade, dormant piles of litter stir and blow along, following the movement of air. A ball rolls off a shelf in one of the shops and falls towards the floor, before realising there's no gravity and slowly returning to its height and hoping no one saw it. An airlock door clicks, clonks, and turns with a hiss. Then it jams, and someone on the other side has to put their shoulder to it and give it a bloody good shove. Finally, the door opens, and weary commanders begin to make their way home. All are dog-tired after the event on old Earth and the long journey home. They don't even bother to get changed for bed. They're all so tired and they just get in, dropping their gear and lie fully clothed on top of their beds with much creaking and the occasional twanging of springs. Sleep takes them quickly and they drift into a world of friends reunited, endless free bars, secret gardens and little box things connected by other little line things to make patterns. After 5 minutes, another station system comes to life, resetting all tannoy speakers to maximum volume. Our exhausted truckers are brought suddenly back to full wakefulness as a voice booms.
Our mics are live! Good evening. Oh my goodness, is it Thursday already? I'm your host, Rudolf Hucker, and I'm broken.
I'm Wilma Fingadoo, and I'm checking all the car parks for secret car park bars.
I'm Mia Harkness, and I have been sleeping in a box full of straw under the desk.
I'm Norma Snockers, and I am golden.
I'm Sandy Grevis, and I'm still untangling cables.
I think we should probably get to the headlines before everybody nods off slowly. And I'm hoping all the sound is coming out in the right order. So let's give it a go. We might have a bong. Arrest warrant issued after buckyball terror.
Bar trip slip causes pink slip quip.
Health and Safety Executive called in overreaching rata.
Mods strikes back as truckers are reminded not to lick the locals.
Secret Police Federation design meeting invaded by Muppets.
Apology officer called in after a series of distressing incidents.
And we get back to business as normal with the Hutton BGS news.
First, this evening, an arrest warrant has been issued for Commander Alec Turner of the Buckyball Racers after video footage emerged early this week. Alec Turner, one of the fastest racers in the galaxy and veritable Bernie Eccleston of the racing world, known throughout space as an organiser of some of the fastest contests in the galaxy, is said to be in hiding. Local federal police in Seoul have charged him with inciting a riot, following investigations into strange behaviour by a number of commanders wielding finger-mounted ID scanners last weekend. After one local resident complained that they'd been followed back to their room by a strange-looking person dressed as a pirate, the pirate apparently then raised one finger in a terrifying fashion before scarpering round the nearest corner. In a collection of other incidents, commanders were found to be hanging suspiciously around the bandstand and loitering in the car park with intent. The common element, they were all wearing Buckyball Racers branded earphones and inexplicably laughing to themselves. The gathering has been branded by local authorities as behaviour as a group of more than 20 which would cause someone of sound mind to fear for their safety and sanity. And the local police chief has read the Riot Act. It's quite a long document, but apparently there's a clause or two in there related to joint endeavour and being a bit weird while wearing headphones. Commander Beetlejude, one of the commanders swept up in this mob behaviour, sent us a message. "We were just doing as we were told. It's like Simon Says, except there aren't any Simons. We were just scanning people for their ID for a laugh and hadn't realised there were people present that were not part of our group." In the meantime, this subtle mob, while only causing a little harmless alarm, has been blamed for an accommodation-wide lockout of all doors, and the accommodation manager ran seriously short of replacement little plastic cards. Alec Turner's lawyers have been in touch to tell us that the contents of his instructions were totally harmless, and any finger-mounted ID scanners passed all safety tests with regards to irradiation of the locals, and, of course, no potential side effects. He is, however, still in hiding while his lawyers iron it all out, but he has vowed, a bit like Banksy, to keep organising his special events. Just next time, remembering to tell his rabid mob to only scan pilots wearing official Buckyball ID cards and to not terrify the locals.
Hutton Orbital truckers are known for their love of many things. Of flying in a straight line for hours on end for no apparent reason. Of mugs and taking them to bizarre places. Of accepting challenges that no one else in their right mind would accept. And then completing them. And all of this with extreme calm. There's one thing that Hutton truckers love, especially Cecil, that causes them to get a little hot under the collar when it's not available. And that's the bar. Not just the Hutton bar, any bar. And to date, at all official Hutton gatherings, it has been the one thing that Hutton has reliably broken, as well as we did that expansion into Seoul and the oddly named test system many years ago. There's something about a critical mass of truckers and station bars that are about as compatible as oil and water. Last weekend was a prime example. The annual Hutton Trucker Intergalactic Taste Testing and Social over in Seoul, or TITS for short, ended early after a number of incidents. First, the barrels of ale were mislabeled as not for human consumption after someone sent them in biohazard barrels. Then, after deciding that they'd take the risk, the Bank of Zeonce locked out the purchasing system, leaving commanders eager to taste a tipple with their frothy top, but unable to spend anything except arcs, and they'd all spent those on Type 8s this week. And finally, it turned out that the staffing of the Tits Bar in Seoul had hired temporary staff, not from an experienced agency that's used to looking after Oktoberfest or camera gatherings, but instead from the local branch of Eddie Lee Weiss and Sons, plus his daughters, who were more experienced at handling the delicate process of individual tailoring and one customer a day. One a week if they're extremely lucky. The solution, as always, was on hand. The Hutton improvised, invading a local wedding reception en masse and queuing 20 deep at the bar to get their hands on their beverages. This is a warning to any venue hosting a Hutton gathering. The bar is the most important thing, maybe even more important than the bathroom facilities. As if you can't put it in, it won't be coming out. And grumpy, thirsty truckers are a truculent lot at the best of times. Luckily, someone had the foresight to open the back of their adder, which was equipped with a fridge, security scan dodging shielding on the stocks, and a few bottles of Cecil's finest.
The Pilots Federation have been forced to report themselves to their own health and safety department after a number of workers over in the top secret Hangar 07 in their development department were spotted working in some extremely hazardous manners. There have been a number of claims that welding teams had been working on an as of yet unidentified vessel alongside members of an unnamed ship manufacturer without wearing their high-vis jackets. The citation list includes breaches of working at heights regulations 3301, welding starship engine cowlings while the engine is not isolated, standing on top of a starship without wearing a jetpack, lack of safety handrails in all high working areas, staring straight at a welding torch without the aid of a darkened visor, welding above stacked cardboard boxes, and leaving the damn door to the secret landing bay open so everyone can see what's going on. Luckily, it appears that there have been no reports of injuries, though the technician doing the welding has been reporting odd blue dots across their vision for a few days. Though that might have just been a set of limpets scooping up 100 or so pharmaceutical isolators dropped by a teensy tiny eagle after a rapid unscheduled disassembly in the docking area. A passing explorer did accidentally manage to witness all these incidents, but since security camera footage appeared of them staring longingly at the back of the new ship, they have not been seen since. The security footage has leaked, however, leaving Pilots Federation with egg on their faces and more than a few questions to answer about the safety of their technical crew. They have reassured the show that in future all welding of top secret projects will be kept properly behind closed doors, and of course they're installing safety rails along the edges of all ships, available of course in the store for 5,000 arcs a section.
Litho, it's you!
Sorry, muted.
Seamless.
Seems.
While the BGS hasn't quite caught up with things in recent days, still, possibly due to the latest update, we have worrying news of an outbreak of mods. It appears to have originated in the Sol system in recent days, and a number of commanders have been reporting feeling a little iffy. Nurse Wyeth has broken open the cupboard of emergency Hutton mugs and is doing her best to apply them rapidly to the affected commanders. No, not like that, that's a Docker's thing. She's been filling them with beverages and sending commanders on some long super cruises to warm their drinks, and told them to sip frequently and play the audio clip saying, there, it will all be better soon, at 4-hour intervals until they feel a little better. Commander Rampage is reporting that he's been feeling a little tired over the last few days, and a quick swab of various orifices and a drip and drop on the little plastic debris later has confirmed he has the version of mods that masquerades as coronal mass ejection variant, which involves coughing up something that Tharg the Mighty would be proud of. Commander El Masri, Hutton Brewmeister, and one of those rather disappointed over at the Artits bar, has admitted that he may have licked a few things, or people, that he shouldn't have over the last week, and is feeling decidedly under the weather. Once again, tests have been confirmed that one of those he licked was clearly Commander Rampage, or maybe it was the other way around. He has also been treated with a quick bugging and a bucket of half-time oranges. There is still some question about the Mad Monks of Van Marnen, who have been put into isolation after reporting that they've got a bastard behind the eyes and feel like a pig shat in their mouth. Tests of their case have been inconclusive, mainly as the saliva sample they gave melted the testing equipment, and the blood sample appears to have been mixed with some of the station's own Centauri Megagen. Floor Mopping Guy has asked whether the phlebotomist can give him a bottle or two. They've got plenty to spare for degreasing the cooking area in the Hutton Burger Bar. We can also confirm that Commander Happy is not suffering with mods. He just forgot to eat anything for 18 hours and then tried taking on a marathon, arm wrestling a Thargoid, and single-handedly toppling a Spire site, after which he needed a bit of a sit down.
Chuck Handgun, Pilots Federation spokesperson and Tank Torman lookalike, okay, only to Vantion, everyone else can't see the resemblance, has been the subject of yet another leak from deep within the bowels of Shinrata Desra. With the clock ticking on the Pilot Federation's promise that there will be a range of new ships available for commanders over 3310, only 2 have been delivered so far, and while everyone loves the sleek new Python 2, especially Vulkarius, and the Type 8, take a bow, Bucknaked, he has been applying pressure on his team to come up with something new. With existing design teams diverted to the latest in galactic roller coaster technology and trying to work out how to make a Formula 1 car go fast if you're not actually Adrian Newey. No, you can't blur the edges so it looks like it's fast, but no one can see the details. It doesn't work like that. He's had to draft in a number of consultants to assist, which from leaked footage last weekend means that his usual team has been replaced by an utter bunch of muppets. Their designs, whilst delivering on the key elements of variants of existing designs, much loved and talked about big ships, ship kits, and extremely handsome lines with great tones from the engines, appear to have not gone quite as well as expected. We did, however, love the design for the boa, very fetching on Earth, and those glasses suited him a treat.
Hutton's apology officer has been mysteriously absent for the last week, having taken a sabbatical from the inbox and putting their feet up for some much-needed R&R. This, however, has led to a bit of a backlog of important and suitably contrite messages, some of which we will present now. As the Hutton apology officer is fully unionised, it should be reminded that apologies are only to be delivered by a suitably qualified, insured and experienced person, holding a full certificate from the Galactic Union for Fulsome Apologies, or GUFA. First, there's an apology from Special Effects Systems on behalf of their community management team.
I'd like to apologise to all commanders present at ECM last week for the escape of Pandemonium from her high security holding suite. Yes, she did challenge you all to a fight and repeatedly scream, "I'll take you all on!" and "Red Bear wins!" while pinning people to the floor. Commander Deadmeat has been sent to the naughty step for his part in her accidental release.
Our second apology is related to the bar.
We'd like to apologise for the lack of an apology from the bar manager down at Tits Bar in Seoul. We are rectifying this situation by the application of Vantian's size 12 boot up his metaphorical jacksie, and we will be bringing you a secondary apology once this has happened.
Next, there's an apology from Buck Naked from Lakon Spaceways for his choice of clothing for his latest broadcast.
We'd like to apologise to all those commanders suffering from Yeti phobia from what you saw on screen. We neglected to put a trichophobics trigger warning at the start of the broadcast, and we have put Hutton trauma teams on standby to assist anyone affected. We have also sent a crack team of groundskeepers with their toughest mowers and Andre with his combs and a blow dryer to see if they can tame the beast.
And finally, we've got Commander Vantion, who inexplicably bailed on the Hutton show last weekend and left everyone in the lurch.
We'd like to apologise to Commander Vantian for breaking into his laptop, discovering a half-chewed script, finishing it, and running an awesome show without him. We would also like to release this statement from Commander Vantian, which simply reads, "Sorry, not sorry."
There are around 30 or 40 more, which we're going to cover with a blanket apology, which is allowed under Guffer rules for
The brown smears down your shirts after handling Beetlejuice's clay.
To Psychic for the repeated and utterly accidental theft of the microphone on a regular basis.
to Norman Lovett for our heckler. We're buying some gaffer tape next time.
To Shouty for Norman Lovett defacing his script.
To the Type 9 hire firm for accidentally leaving a magnetic sticker for Gnosis Avian Cheese on the outside of the Type 9 when it was returned.
To Commander Zaphod Beeble for the incident involving repainting the inside of the Artemis room green.
Everyone affected by the mob riot at 11:40 a.m.
Message reads as follows.
We are very, very sorry. And after that set of apologies, welcome to the BGS bit, Hutton's run-through of the ups and downs in our systems, what you can do about it and what you shouldn't do, but still can do, because you're a grown-up and we're not your mum. Well, it's been 2 weeks or so since I headed to the Situation Room, so I expect everything will have calmed down and all will be well with Hutton. Maybe not. ESPF LF2 is sitting at 76%, in boom and with an expansion pending. Maybe leave it alone for a wee while. Other systems above the 60% influence threshold are LP 532-81, where we get ships with a discount, Wolf 562, Lunman is Star, Wolf 124, Wise 0855-0714, and Wolf 25. You could probably ease off in Noe now as well, as it's sitting at 58%. There are booms in Wolf 359, Hill Pass C, and Ross 671. The endless cycle of investment continues in Barnard Star. They must be shooting a new series of Dockers or something. Vulkarius and Civil Liberty, take condoms. We're in an election with the Sol Workers' Party and Wolf 629 if you fancy striking a blow for or to democracy. Apart from that, it's mainly non-states for us. Those are systems where nothing is happening, not systems where the little sisters of the poor have taken over. But what does it all mean? Well, I've got no idea really, but here's a wild stab in the dark. If you want to truck it, then truck it to one of our boom systems. Or you could run missions for Hutton in Wolf 629. Peaceful missions work best for elections. If you want to shoot it, then go and kick a Titan in one of its many, many gonads. If you want a good time with no strings attached, then go to Kokari. And that's it for this week's BGS News.
Only one seam? My goodness.
I know, right?
How
I like
did
it
we
when
manage
there's a
that
full
one?
newsreel.
Oh, it's early yet.
Anyway,
Yeah, plenty of time for more seams.
Oh, plenty of time for more
Don't
seams.
count your cookies before they've hatched.
Oh, there were so many seams. Yeah. Anyway, well, we have the external camera on Hutton Orbital here, and we're back. And we seem to have managed to put the broadcast equipment back together again.
So that's where my roaming camera's gone. Damn
Yes,
it, I
it's
knew I hadn't seen
floating outside Hutton. That's the outdoor roving camera that did the group photograph. But I tell you what, I'm going to let me just see if I've got this. I'm going to have to put some banter slideshow. I'm going to put some pictures live because you don't want to look at the roving cam all lost. We've got a series of photographs from what we got up to with our weekend. So
But
if
it's a
I
very
mash,
pretty station.
it is, but it's obscured by lots and lots of sidewinders there. So I'm going to leave this on rotation while we chat. So those of you who haven't seen the photographs, we've been collating all the photographs from everybody from last weekend. Because, before we talk about that, Frontier live stream, they must have done one this week.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. They're still drunk.
They're still...
Especially half.
No comment on that one. How he got into that taxi without smacking his head, I've got no idea. And he's gone on holiday the day afterwards, so yes, he's got a week to
that's
recover.
what he called it.
Yes. I'll tell you what, we've got, because some people miss them as well, we've got banter about ECM, we've got the space news, we've got Vulkarius' missing bit from last week to do, and obviously Flossy's a bit of Galnet News Digest. We do have breaking news, though, on the Hutton Run, despite all of us being missing for a few days. Apology, officer, have you got some data for us on the Hutton Run?
Yeah, there is a slight update in the Hutton Run if I can find it. The Hutton Run record is now down to 24 minutes 21 seconds. That's an SEO time. It's by Ozilaran, and it was on the 12th of August, so yeah, just 2 days
Monday.
ago.
Yes.
Monday, yes. No.
Yes.
10, 11, yeah, Monday. Well, I tell you what, somebody's been taking advantage of all the pads not being blocked by us because we've been away. Is it randomising the pictures, or is it just showing the same ones again? Because I'm going to have to give it a slap if it's doing the wrong ones. Empty rooms. It's just showing empty rooms at the moment. I might have to... Yeah, it seems to have got itself in a loop of...
Shame.
It's got hundreds of pictures. Now, let's randomise playback. There we go. Let's do that one. That's an empty room. That's an empty...
That's an empty room with Holly in it.
That's an empty racing rig. That's an empty Artemis room. Where's the rest of them? Hang on a second.
Question: Do you know if anyone got any pictures of me? Because I always forget about taking photos at events.
Oh.
I think we got pictures of you somewhere. I mean, the thing is, it's supposed to be showing a million pictures, and it's actually seemed to got stuck in a loop of all the empty room ones and
Yes.
yes. Come on,
Not
go
many
to the
of
next
me
one.
either.
I always
That's
get
two
wrapped up
people.
in everything. I always forget about taking photos.
I
Well,
take them,
let's-
but
Let's bin
Because
off
I
those
take them,
ones
I'm not on
and restart the slideshow. Restart slideshow. Here we go. Next one. No, it's doing the empty room thing again. That's not how it looked, everybody. Oh, dear.
Well, it's how it looked when it was empty.
That was how it looked when it was empty. Let's just... I'll tell you what, we're going to bin them all off, and I'll have to manually do them. So if we add a directory...
I'm guessing everybody must have been in the bar when they were taken.
Possibly. Let's give that a go. No, it's the empty room again. Okay, it hates me. It absolutely hates me. Right, okay, I'm gonna poke the machine. Let's find some let's do these ones, shall we? I'll do a set here, and you'd better work this time. It's him again! Oh my goodness. There we go, there's Arthur and his boa. It's got a few more pictures. Anyway.
That's better.
There we go. There's a 3D printer. I've got some candid shots of people, and I'll change this. Somebody prod me when we... That's Arthur again. Mr. Dusty has gone off on one. That's some guy called Norman with Tantalus. There's one of the shows. Which one? That's the Hutton show. I think that's your. There's Arthur again. What?
It does look good in that bar.
Black Arthur.
Yes, it's got stuck.
There's one of Amelia.
Oh, I missed that.
The
Yeah.
Hutton show one. You can see your back. You're next to me.
Oh, nice.
Oh, your
So
back
we've-
is next to my back.
We've got a few pictures in there, and I'll randomly, if you get bored of them, I'll switch out some others in a second as well. What have we got here? I've got some LCU. Should we do some LCU as well?
Oh, do
what
we
have we
have
got?
to?
He's very photogenic.
He is. That grin is infectious. So, yeah, we went off to ECM at the weekend. 164 of us descended on Sol. Here we go. There's a few more commanders playing games. And we built the room full of stuff to do. There's HRS 5060. I see HRS 5060 with LCU. Yeah, featuring later in this show. We filled up not one, not two, not three, but 5 raffle tables full of goodies. We opened the bar. Less said about that bit, the better. We also managed to destroy the bar. And we had fun for a whole day and played games and did a Hutton show and, you know, all the usual shenanigans. It was just awesome to see everybody. It just was so good to catch up with absolutely everybody over the week or weekend. And what else is there? I mean, we can go into detail in a minute, but I suppose the first thing I'm going to say is a massive thank you to absolutely everybody, because I turned up with a big van full of equipment and there were 40 people on hand to unload it, rig the stage, set up the racing, set up the Legos, set up the clay, just about absolutely everything, the Artemis. And we had it all rigged 2 hours quicker than we did last year, which meant we were able to get a pint in at the end of the evening. And then we got to the morning and we opened up, and it was just so great to see so many
You're in that
faces.
one, Amelia.
Yeah, Amelia's in a few shots.
Right next to Tamara. There you go.
There we go. That's you playing games. There's a great shot of Alvin there as well. But yeah, and we had a cracking weekend in some fantastic company. Here are some more smiley faces. Let's open some more smiley faces. Here we go. Smiley faces. 3, 2, 1. There we go. There would be Little Grey looking stressed. The whole team. So thank you so much, everybody. And also not just to those that helped in terms of building it, but to everybody who turned up and had a good day, everybody who donated to the raffle, everybody who donated to charity. I do have a number in a minute. It's Haji, related to how much so far we've raised. We'll get onto that bit in a minute. But my goodness, am I broken. That's the one bit. When you get back on the Monday, I am proper broken. How about you, Litho?
Don't even go there.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that Sunday existed because somehow by Monday I was back at home, but I don't remember much of it.
Not much at all. Well, I remember being there and I remember having fun.
Oh, I remember the Saturday, and I remember getting up on Sunday and having a room to dismantle. And then somehow it was Monday and I was broken and back at home.
Yes. I was still unloading, I think, at that point. There you go. We've got a picture of Norman with Flossy with new hairdo. We need to update your Hollow Me, Flossy.
I sent you a new picture last week.
Yeah, she's done it.
I'm sorry.
She's done it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But anyway, there's you and Norman helping you celebrate your, how many centuries is it now? Five centuries married to Robbie Wrongway.
Half a century.
Married to Robbie Wrongway, which I think we did a big cheer at the start. I think Arthur also gave you a bit of a cheer from Frontier. We had the retro corner, which is coming up on screen now. We had Elite running on, was it 8 different systems? Litho, do you remember?
About that, yeah. It was at least that many, yeah.
Archimedes, we had a NES, we had
Commodore 64,
a BBC Micro, a C64, Spectrum. Yeah.
Absolutely loads.
And a lot of people brought their own computers as well. So we had one person brought their game glass down with their HOTAS and everything for people to have a go on, as is shown on screen here. So that was sort of the morning we were playing games. But then we hit... let's rewind. The morning we did the intro, and then the Subtle Mob happened. Now, this is the article, our first article. Amelia, did anybody take part in the Subtle Mob, or were we all watching from the sidelines?
I was going to, but other things happened.
Other things... Well, there was so much to do there. But So the subtle mob was invented by Alec Turner, and it involved at 11:40 everybody hitting play on the same piece of audio, and it was broken into two teams. So one team was security, and one team were somebody that wasn't security. And the trick was that they had to surreptitiously scan them by pointing their finger at them without getting caught. Unfortunately, Alec forgot that the hotel was full of people that weren't part of our group. And there was one unnamed commander who followed one of the other residents in the hotel back to their hotel room by sneaking up behind them, pointed their finger at them as if they were scanning them, but it may have looked like finger guns, and then ran away giggling when they turned round, which may have freaked out the other people in the hotel. So, terribly sorry to the other people from the hotel.
Did he frighten the normals?
Yeah, we frightened the normals, yes. We did that at 11:40 in the morning, and then we sort of settled in a little bit to play games. And Amelia, you had a game of Traveller. Started
yes.
up. That got a little bit out of hand.
They all died.
They all died, and it got a bit noisy, and we had to move you to the side room because of the sheer volume of death happening.
Did they all die in the character generation?
No, actually.
Well, that's good.
It was very heroic. Spider-Mind.
John Lunn?
Yeah, John. He was trying to save the entire group from the big bad monster by charging it with a belt of grenades, which he popped all the pins of. And unfortunately, it was in 0G, so he kind of misjudged hitting the door. Hitting the door to close. And so, he turned into red dust. The big bad turned into red dust. About 3 of the other players got an explosion to the face. And just as the bridge imploded, everyone else got sucked into the vacuum of space.
Nice.
It was meant to be very heroic, but it didn't turn out quite
and
as
it was
expected.
very heroic, but it did kill everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
I did hear sort of screams of death, and no, I'm trying to see whether this loop is going to get past this first. Oh, there's LCU. We do have an LCU. He was actually trying to take a picture of somebody else at that time, not himself, but he kept mistaking which side of the camera was him and which was other people. A few pictures of the build-up and Grey, and Psychit and Chris Mark IV took over the stage, making sure I didn't run off with the microphone, which was awesome. But we sort of settled in, and we had a few video messages from our friends from back in the day, which I don't think, Apology Officer, you've seen yet, have you?
No, I have not. Hold on a wee second. And I'm going to go there.
Right. Well, who should we do first? Because this is for catch-up, people who didn't see them, and people. Should we do... We've got an Ed. Should we do an Ed?
Yeah.
We'll put an Ed up there. Now, can somebody in chat tell me whether the sound goes live with you? If it's muted, somebody scream.
If it's the one I think it is, it was very quiet anyway.
It was...
Hello, everyone. I can see that all of the best ones are here. It's me. I've not done this in a while, so I hope this is working. But how are you doing? You all right? It's nice to see you. Not that I can see you. But yeah, I just wanted to say hello because Mr. Pearson asked Vantian, I do apologise, asked me to just send in a message to say hello and tell people what I'm up to. But I mainly wanted to just leave a message because I miss you, and I have. It's been 5 years since I was at Frontier Developments. Longest. It went to 6 years. So, but yeah, there's still some of the best times I've ever had at Elite Community Meets, and so I definitely wanted to reach out and be like, hope you're having an amazing time. I hope you're still loving it, and I just love to see that community is still thriving and still. I love seeing your messages still online, and I absolutely love seeing, everybody interacting and still talking about the game and still learning about the game from a distance. I still get a kick out of all that stuff. So it's just really cool. I was asked to also talk, very briefly, but of course I've gone over a minute already, so nothing's changed. I still ramble on too much, apparently. But I was also told to sort of to talk a bit about what's happened there with that. That's annoying. There you go. I was also talk about what I'm up to at the moment. Has it gone like funny? This is I'm not the live streaming genius. I never was. Maybe you can edit this bit out. Doesn't matter. Hello, I'm still here, and you know where to find me. Find me online. But yeah, I'm working on a thing called Funko Fusion. It's got loads of good stuff in it, loads of IPs, like 20 different IPs, and using like the Funko Pop stuff. So the guys who used to make the Lego games, it's called they used to be called Traveller's Tales. And now they splintered off and become 10 games, and now they're working on a game called Funko Fusion. And Funko Fusion has like loads of different IP from Universal in there. So you've got Back to the Future, you've got Battlestar Galactica, you've got like Five Nights at Freddy's in there, you've got Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, Nope, some really like interesting IPs all mixing, all matching together. Jaws is in there, and some really cool stuff. And it kind of plays like the Lego games, but for more of a teen audience. Still got that same sense of humor in there. But I'm doing the marketing. I'm a marketing manager now. I'm all grown up doing marketing. And also, yes, that's how I must talk now in meetings. But yeah, wow, I've been going nearly 3 minutes. So I hope you're having the best time ever, and I miss you, and I hope that I'll see you all soon. You know where to find me. Please do find me. I'm here. Cool. It's missing something. Biscuits. Bye.
Oh,
He had to get the biscuits.
We
in.
miss Ed.
I hope he's not off the biscuits.
I think he is off the biscuits. We had a message here actually from somebody in the chat saying, "Wow, before my time," but they were just watching a 2015 video of Ed with David Braben discussing whether Raxler exists. We can neither confirm nor deny. Look, I mean, shall I, just from nostalgia's sake, shall I play another one as well? Then we might as well get through the lot, you know.
Yeah.
So we've got a choice of Zach, Sally, Stephen, Will, or Tom.
Which Zach?
I can't tell you until we look at it.
Oh, let's watch Zach then.
It's Zach.
Sorry?
Sinned against God by leaving
Oh,
their heavenly
have I got
abode,
random audio
confining
playing?
themselves with human women, but they also taught their offspring and the humans
Hang on.
various
Yes,
forms
you
of
have.
magic
Where is that
sciences,
audio coming from?
Such as warfare, astrology, magic,
What?
sorcery, and divination.
Where's that audio
They
coming
got
from?
to
Hang on a
the
second.
natural order of creation and introduce sin and death to the world.
What?
God
Okay, we've got audio feedback coming from somewhere. Where the blazes is that coming from?
It's not
Is it
from
gone?
here.
Oh
It's
my
gone.
goodness! I was getting audio feedback from
didn't-
somewhere.
Didn't Ed put like an advert on the end of
He did. I'm
his-
not going to play the adverts because that'll take us way over time. Right.
That might have been the advert that was playing. It sounded like that.
Maybe.
Could be. Well, let's have a go.
Okay.
This is the Dastardly Don, I think.
The dastardly Don Antonacci.
Hey everybody, and a special hello to all my filthy mother truckers out there. Hi to the Hutton truckers, and hi to everybody else that's enjoying Elite Community Meet. I hope you're all having a wonderful time. For those of you who don't know, I'm Zach, also known as the Dastardly Don. I hope there was some pantomime level booing that went on when this video came on. That would be fantastic. That would warm this old pirate's heart very, very much. But in all sincereness, I just hope that you are all having an incredible time. I'm really sorry that I am unable to make it. I would have loved to have come, played board games, played Artemis. Yes, that game is good. If you haven't signed up for it, go sign up for Artemis right now. It's amazing. I would have loved to have come, played board games, played Artemis, played video games, and just caught up with everyone there and just met up with old friends and seen what everyone's up to. That would have been wonderful. But the next one, so I'm sure this will continue as a yearly tradition, as it has done for many years. I'm sure it will continue for many years on, so I will see you at the next year's one. But that's it, really. Just wanted to say, I hope you're all having a fantastic time. I think that Elite Community Meet is incredible. I think it's a great way for everyone to come together, have something incredible to do, a great social experience, but also great to raise money for charity. So well done for everyone for going. And a huge kudos to all of the team, because I know that it takes so much time to organise. So huge kudos to the entire team. I know that there's many of you that work hard to put all this on. So well done. Hope to speak to you all soon. I hope you're all wonderful. I miss you all. I speak to you soon. 07 Commanders.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
Yeah, he's looking very well for a man who eats bugs.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, it was lovely of them to send these messages in, and actually, I had a retort to this message sent in by AN Other Commander that was supposed to be played afterwards. But now, anybody, what was your article? What was the word you used in your article there, Apology Officer? About the Yeti.
Oh, Yetiphobia.
Yeah, the trichophobia. Yes.
Trichophobia. Somebody mentioned Yetiphobia as well. I don't know what Yetiphobia
if anybody
is.
suffers from trichophobia, this
Look
one
away
was,
now.
Yeah, from our very own, I apologise now, Buck Naked.
You can't apologise now. I'm apologising now.
Well, howdy there, y'all. This here is Buck Naked, semi-retired spokesman for Lakon Spaceways. Back again for a little old opinion piece and to say howdy to all you fine folk and Lakon customers out there at ECM. You know, back in the day, yeah, it's gonna be one of those. Back in the day, people took the Hutton Run seriously. Almost an hour and a half sitting in your cockpit staring at a point in space. Some of us more industrious types use the time to finish writing that novel, or do a tax return, or sometimes even have a new kid along the way. My best time, an hour, 23 minutes, and 35 seconds. But now, after a few years of pew-pewing with them Thargoids, you youngins think you got it all figured out. Took their tech and making a mockery of the Hutton Run. Hell's bells, with y'all ringing in near 25 minutes, we might as well call it the Hutton Drag Race instead. That's barely enough time to make a proper gin and tonic for old Cecil. Our top 5 truckers are currently Commanders Epaphus, Oscilleran, Quadrivium Resonance, Stargoid, and Core Badger, clocking in between 25 to 26 minutes and change. But I am glad to see that Lakon's new Type 8 making that run. Here at Lakon Spaceways, we believe that sometimes just taking the bull by the horns ain't enough. And that's why we built this baby, so you can be the bull. Ain't she just slicker than pig snot? One other thing. Whatever words spill out of that dastardly Don Antonacci's mouth is all lies. Him and his pirates have blown up more Hutton truckers than we care to admit, but we truckers definitely keep giving it back to him. Don't know how his pirates can fly a ship held together with duct tape, but there you go. And if he does get a hold of your Hutton mug, you better make sure you shoot a hole in it so it looks like his ship. Keep on trucking, y'all, and for the mug.
Yeehaw!
He is a big fan of your yeehaws there, Amelia. Anyway, there's a couple of the messages we had from our specials. We've got a few more coming up. But I suppose it's time to obviously talk about the day because, I had to bail on the show for reasons. Very, very, very important reasons. But so you guys had to sort of step in a little bit. Now, all I know, I was 2/3 the way right into a script and had to close my laptop and run. And then said, it's over to you.
Step in. You handed me a bit of paper saying, here's the list. This is what we got to do.
Absolutely. This is what we got to do.
And you shouted at me that there's some scripty bits somewhere and a couple of the sketches are part finished. See what you can finish.
Yes. So you broke into my laptop and a show happened vaguely. Possibly.
Maybe.
But
Maybe.
it started off with a top secret there was a reveal by the Pilots Federation, I believe.
There was.
Of their design process that goes into all the cool new stuff.
There was.
Who you were all in the room? Flossy, you managed to see this bit, didn't you? Because you were about to go on stage. But the Apology Officer, did you catch this one live or not?
Which one? Which one was this?
The top secret design process.
No, I didn't.
So, I mean, this is a bit of a clip show, this one. It's a bit lazy of me because we don't have to talk. We can just play the clips back. But for those of you that didn't see it, we're going Apology Officer, could you just chuck out one for anybody of a sensitive disposition who minds bad language on this one for us, please?
If you don't like swearing, look the fuck away now.
Yes, because it does get a bit sweary. Now, the other one is, I think, Amelia, you put a warning on the front of this one. Nothing you're about to see has anything to do with Frontier Developments. It is from the fevered imaginings of the Hutton Orbital truckers, imagining what it might have been like in one of these meetings. So please do not read very much into what you're about to see. I'm hoping this works.
Oh, no. Every word of it is absolutely true.
Yeah, this is actually what happens in their offices up in Cambridge, really. I promise you. Here we go.
We would like to apologise for the following feature, but as the apology officer, Mia Harkness, is not here, we cannot. Take it away.
Somewhere deep in the secret Pilots Federation base, a community manager is holding a top secret meeting with his team. Or he would be if he wasn't sitting there on his own.
Sorry, Arthur, I'm afraid I've got some brand manager stuff that I've got to deal with, so you're on your own.
God damn it, Zach. Oh, hang on. Ring, 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 ring. Kat, I'm so sorry. Oh, all right, Arth. I can't make it, because there's some influencer light, and they're on firelight, so I'm going to be there, All right, bye, ta-ra, bye-bye. Well, that's great, because now I don't have either of my team here to help me.
Luckily, a number of cracked Starship designers are on hand to fill the time. They've brought their latest designs.
Oh, it's me. Okay, first things first. This meeting is highly confidential. Can we all just check there are no microphones or cameras hidden or secreted anywhere around? Anywhere? 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 Cameras? Microphones? No?
Can't see a thing. There's no way this has been seen by anyone.
Our top security teams have made sure there are no leaks.
Okay.
He sounds different.
I may have... Yes.
That's
okay.
Corvus.
Okay, guys, shoot. What have we got? And look, they're crying out for new ships, okay? So we have to come up with the goods. So show me what you got.
Okay, we've got some new ideas. Guys, can you bring out the models?
What is that? I mean, hang on a second. Let me just... Not that I'm covering my script. Okay. What is this?
That's a royal python.
Right. And this?
And that's a reticulated python.
Brilliant. And this?
Burmese.
This?
Dwarf Burmese.
This?
Rock python.
This?
Carpet python.
This?
Dwarf reticulated python.
This?
Super dwarf reticulated python.
This?
Green tree python.
This?
Spotted python.
This?
Sand python.
Right. And this?
Blood python.
Right, look, I'm really sorry to tell you guys, but they all look the same.
Ah, well, that's where you're wrong. They're different colours.
What about this?
Boom slang.
This?
Corn snake.
Brilliant. Right, look, I know we promised them more variants, but this is getting silly. What else have you got for me? Come on.
Well, someone told us you like the Alliance ships.
I
So
do, yes.
This one's for you.
Oh, okay, what have we got? Let me guess. It's a chieftain.
Ah, no. This is the Chieftain Mark II.
And it has
Right.
one
okay.
enormous hardpoint.
Nice. All right. Outside of the outrageous large hard point, what else have you got?
Well, this one's the one everyone has been asking about.
It's a box.
Oh, well, it looks like a box, but that was the largest shape we could fit on a large pad.
It's a Panther Clipper!
And we've designed a ship kit.
Right. It's not exactly attractive, is it?
Attractive? Okay, we've got one for you.
Okay, okay, something attractive, good. What have we got?
Stand by.
Standing by, I am... Right. I don't want to ask this, but I'm going to ask this. What is that? That's Dean Martin. What is it doing here?
That's a moray.
Get out.
I'm terribly sorry, we did reject a few.
Oh, yes, the liners needed some love, but all we could come up with was a sperm whale.
Sorry, are you saying whale?
Whale. Because it's got a fucking H in it.
Right. Well, we're not going to have a fucking sperm whale, all right? Right.
What about the eagle? Or how about a seagull? Perfect pirate ship.
Oh, yes, proper bastards. We'll steal anything. Seaside chips, your ice cream, small dogs, my heart! Vicious pirate vessel!
All right. And I'm guessing it only comes in white.
You got it, boss.
Right. This is just... I can't work like this.
We have got one last chip for you.
I don't want to ask. What is it?
It is the boa.
Ooh, now hang on. Now this is something I can get behind. Look, guys, I think we're onto something here, but we're going to have to work a lot harder. We've promised 4 ships this year, but I've got something for you, and it's cosmetics for every single commander. Wait for it. What do you think about this?
Don't give up your day job, love.
Well, shit. Hello, everyone. First and foremost...
Seems. Anyway,
Yes.
he threw me with the well,
Seamless.
shit. Yes. So that is the top secret Pilots Federation design process for the rock python, the dwarf reticulated python, the super dwarf reticulated python. Yes, all of the pythons. And they're all different colours. Thanks to the apology officer as well for contributions. I'm pretty sure the whale.
I think the sperm whale was one we did discuss.
The whale, yes, because it's got a fucking H in it. Yes. Anyway, I don't normally swear.
I think it's possibly a difficult thing for someone to say when they're speaking on behalf of a dummy.
Yes. Well, no. Jack is a real boy.
Oh,
Very
right, okay.
important. Jack is a real boy.
Yes.
The Muppet was on the other side, which was being wielded by Commander Noctivegas.
I could have sworn the Muppet was in the middle, but anyway.
Did you see how well that Nocti was throwing his voice there? His lips didn't move once.
Not at all, yes.
Yeah,
Spectacular.
It definitely was not one of our commanders, Josh Overlight, lying under the desk with his groping Nocti every time he was speaking so the lip sync would work at all. Maybe why he squeaked a couple of times. And thanks to Ascorbius for the introductory voice there as well, who was off camera at that point. But what do you reckon to the designs? I mean, Amelia, the Panther Clipper?
My favourite was Moray.
Oh, the Dean Martin special. That was the worst pun. I thought the room's going to go absolutely silent on that one. And yeah. So
nobody saw it coming, but a lot of people got it when it was revealed.
Oh yes. And the canned laughter we had on our soundboard was really good there. But thanks very much to Arthur for being game and stepping up on that one, because his team had to leave, as you saw. They'd actually sent us 2 videos. Kat had sent a video as well, but unfortunately she sent us a link to, I don't know, the internal Frontier servers or something that we couldn't access due to high security systems. So he had to ad-lib. I don't know whether Kat's actually seen that imitation of her voice yet, but either Arthur is dead when he gets back from holiday, or I am. One of the 2 of us.
It was like she was in the room.
Absolutely. But there was also the other reveal, which we're allowed to show, the real reveal, which we've got here as well, which is only very briefly long. You may have seen this on Twitter, I think, because we got first dibs, and we didn't know we were going to get first dibs until about 5 minutes to 10. When one of the Frontier ran up to us and said, "We've got something we want to show on the screen," at which point Psychit and Chris Mark IV were running around like absolute loonies. And we've got a recording. We're not going to put the picture on screen because of health and safety investigations into the welding that was going on.
Yes.
But we have got what Arthur had to say about it, in case anybody wonders what we're allowed to say and we're not. This is what he broadcast out live.
Hello, everyone. First and foremost, congratulations again to Rob and Flossy in 50 years. That's incredible, so well done. And before we go on, a huge thanks to Dave and the whole team, because, as always, ECM is a wonderful experience for us to come. So give yourselves a round of applause, because this is a wonderful, wonderful event. All right, so I'm going to get out of the way very quickly, but we love coming to this event because you're all very welcoming, very friendly to us. We felt bad by not bringing anything with us this year, but we spoke to some of the team back at Frontier Towers, and we always get asked about the next ship in Elite Dangerous. So whilst I'm not going to show you everything, I do think we have a nice little teaser for you. Oh, okay, no. Well, you're not going to do it, so you're not going to see it. But I'm looking at it. It looks great. I'm now going to feel for time. There it is. So cast your eyeballs on that. So there's a lot to digest in this picture. We are not naming the ship as yet, and I will not answer any questions unless plied with alcohol. That's not true. It is true. But have a look. We will fully unveil the ship on the next Unlocked, but have a look. I think you'll be able to tell it's nothing like what's already in the game. So have a look. Stop it. Stop it. So have a look and enjoy. And that's it from me. Thanks again for having us, and I'll see you out throughout the day. Thank you.
So I think, Apology Officer, that's the first time you've seen that.
Yeah. I've got my opinions about what it might be.
Well, I mean, all we know is that some guy in a suit got caught staring at it, and there's been an incident related to the welding of an active engine.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot going on there. Yeah, that's the main things I noticed, but I've got my opinions about what it might be.
Yeah, but we've got to wait for some more details when we get to
absolutely.
End of the month. I think it's the last Wednesday of the month. They're going to be doing
last Wednesday of the month. Yeah,
which is in 2 Wednesdays' time. They will be talking about that.
Yeah, that'll be the 28th.
Right, we might as well do a couple more of the videos from our friends, and then we'll move on to space news, which is dead quick, and then the Vulkarius bit. Vulkarius is here, lurking in the corner, very eager, because Vulkarius had a special sketch written for the show, but we had to, due to circumstances, drop it. You and I had written it verbally.
Yeah, I was going to say for some definition of written, yes.
We just sort of face palmed the page, having covered our faces in ink, and something was there which I don't think Litho managed to glue that bit back together, and I wouldn't have asked him to, because it had images and all sorts. So we've got that coming up as well. So we've done Ed, we've done Zach. Who haven't we done? We've done.
Sally,
we've got a brief one from. Now this is a face that was there for a while and disappeared during COVID times. A very brief message. Hang on a second.
Hope you're all having a great ECM.
No, we've got no audio on that one because I'm on the thing. Hang on a second.
Hope you're all having a great
you can
ECM.
recognise his
Sorry,
face.
I can't be
and,
there. 07 Commanders.
Hang on. Here we go. We'll restart this one. Let's try again, shall we? No, I've completely broken it. That's it. It's... Try again.
Hope you're all having a great ECM. Sorry, I can't be there. 07 Commanders.
And for those of you who remember, that's
Is that
Stephen.
Stephen?
Yeah, Mr. Benedetti.
Stephen!
Who's now a fireman. He's not in games anymore at all, and that's actually his work uniform he was in. He did us a little video. We've also got Terribly Tall Tom. Do you remember Terribly Tall Tom from Frontier?
Yes.
How could you forget him?
Well,
Yes.
I'm hoping we've got audio on this one, but if we don't, I'll fix it again, seams and all that.
Avast me hearties. I may have sailed on to strange new waters, but I always keep one eye on the stars, knowing that you're all up there, keeping humanity safe from the Thargoids and seeking out new adventures. I'm raising a grog to you and to my old crew back at Frontier, and I hope you enjoy raising a few yourselves. Have a great ECM weekend. Cheers.
There we go. He's on Sea of Thieves now, I think. Hence the grog reference and the
like
picture
it.
in the background.
Yes.
We're going to save the Will and Sally for after the next bit. But I mean, other than saying thank you, there's another one to do, which is to say what the outcome is from all of everybody's generosity before we move on. So I have my spreadsheet here. Now this is still subject to double checking a couple of bank fees and double checking all of the odds and sods of charges that have come through. But as it stands at present, and I'm not going to make the apology officer read this one, we have raised £5,111 and 11 pennies to split between the two charities. So £5,111 and 11p, all of us and our generosity and the great community have raised, which we're going to be splitting half and half for special effect and hearing dogs and sending it to them. So we're just waiting on a couple of little bit, double check the bank fees, make sure nobody's, sent any pennies by carrier pigeon, but it's going to be at least that. So thank you so much, everybody, on behalf of special effect and hearing dogs. That is awesome. I don't know whether you saw the picture of that table when it went by earlier, but it was 5 tables of goodies. There was an ornithopter a huge ornithopter from Dune. There was was it a spaceship from Alien on the back there? Was it an Nostromo or a?
It was the
I thought it was
Robert
from The
Young
Expanse.
it's the Robert Young from Starship Troopers.
Oh, that was the one.
Starship Troopers.
There was some Traveller Paranoia and Traveller bits and pieces. We had Spider-Man Games brought out some dice that are not actually for sale yet. They're Angels and Demons dice.
I missed out on those. I so wanted those. Those
very
were so
sexy.
nice.
Yeah, join the club.
We had the entire contents of Alec Turner's drinks cabinet. I don't know why, but he just brought it down and then won it in the raffle. And in fact, I think it was Bam, wasn't it, who did the ornithopter, won it back in the raffle and then had to stick it back in again, or volunteered to, or not had to at all. Stick it back in again. There were Hutton mugs. There was some slate. The Hussars brought a load of slate mug mats for the mug.
Oh, they were gorgeous.
Which they very kindly gave me one as well, which has got my gin on it at the moment, in a mug, for the mug.
I don't have any of those ones.
I actually won one in the raffle.
Oh, I don't have those ones, but I do have a couple of the slate ones, and they're just nice.
You won a slate one actually in the raffle.
Yes!
I posted up to you.
Yes!
Yes, I did too.
It's got like a rat on it or something.
Yeah.
But it's not a fuel rat.
The fuel rat.
It's not.
That's
It's not a fuel rat. It's not the fuel rat logo. It's something else.
I think it's Root Rat.
Oh, it's Root Rat.
Root Rat. That's it. Yes.
Root Rat. Right. Okay. Oh, that's excellent.
You also won a little dog tag. Root
Yes,
rat
I saw
dog tag.
I saw the dog tag. Yeah. Okay.
You won a nice little haul of stuff.
Yeah, and in return direction, some hot sauce got down for Amelia and Sandrine as well.
That's almost gone, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It didn't last long. Did you ever go on yours, David? Because you get the hot ones. You get the hot ones.
The hot ones.
You get the hot sauces.
Scorpion.
Oh yes, I did. I've not opened them yet, so I will do.
Okay.
Loads of money raised, loads of prizes given away, loads of happy people. We've got a few extras as well, which we're going to be distributing over the next week or so as well, that didn't make their way to the raffle but got to us afterwards. So we're coming up with some cunning plans on how to distribute a few other bits and pieces. But look, thank you so much, everybody. It was awesome fun. We had a riot and loads of money went at the charity tin. A couple more messages coming up. But I suppose, because the show's plodding along, we ought to double check on a bit of space news next. So I'm going to hit the magic button. Hopefully there's a tune, and we're going to ask Litho a very important question. Hang on a second. Yay! It works.
Space news, 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 space news.
We're going to keep this bit dead short. I know you've published a couple of articles, but it's only one question, actually. Litho, are they still stranded on the International Space Station?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, no, they are not stranded.
No.
They may be there
detail.
till February, but they are not stranded.
Yeah.
Go on,
minimum 8 days, they said. Minimum 8 days.
Yeah, might be 8 months. NASA is making a decision by the end of this month as to whether to return them on the Starliner or not. But if they don't decide to return them on the Starliner, then they will be coming back on a Dragon in February.
So that's 8 months.
2025.
Instead of 8 days.
Instead of 8 days.
I sincerely hope they didn't leave their car parked somewhere with charges. They're going to get back to it. It's been towed, guys. Don't just don't even look for it. It's been towed. But well, maybe we ought to broadcast them a message from Hutton Orbital to them. Flossy, we could record one from you to give them much love, to make them feel, well liked.
Yeah.
And not forgotten by.
I think this is more into Mia's territory at this point.
Well, the apology of it. We are so sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. You've missed your birthday. You've missed your wife's birthday. Your husband's birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Christmas.
The kids. They're all grown up now and they've left home.
They've missed everything.
Yes.
8 months.
Hang on a second. When is the election? The American election?
Yeah, they'll miss
November.
that too.
Yeah, they're going to miss that. I wonder if they're allowed to vote from space.
Yeah, I think they are. I think they've done it before.
Oh, there we go. Right, now, before I'm going to hit the closing credits. Hang on a sec. Let's do the closing credits. There we go. That was it for this week's Space News. Oh, my vocal cords are going to die in a minute.
Space news, space news, space news, space news, space news, space news, space news.
Now, I'm hoping this is going to work, Vulkarius. And I'm hoping the slides are going to come up, and I'm hoping it's all going to work, and I'm not going to destroy my vocal cords, because we actually met Atris 5060, a lot of us, or a lot of the guys there for the first time. Now, the one that stands out is that the real Atris 5060 sounds absolutely nothing like our version of Atris 5060, does he?
He can't even do a good impression of himself. No. It's embarrassing.
He has a glorious baritone voice and a marvellous... I get beard jealousy every time I meet Atris as well. Atris couldn't sound any further. Did you meet him, Flossy?
No, I don't think
He was in Retro Corner, a chap with the fantastically well-groomed beard, and he was looking after Retro with Stephen Usher.
No.
You probably did.
With an Irish and a New
I'd
York
like to have
accent,
met
depending
him,
on what
but
he was saying.
Well, I'll tell you what. So let me just see. I'll tell you what, especially for you, Atris 5060. I might have a mugshot of Atris 5060, just so you can understand how far away from our bad impression of Atris 5060 this marvellous gentleman is. Have I got one? I'm just going to glance through. No, that's not him. No, that's you, Flossy. That's you again, Flossy. I'm sure I've got a picture of him. Anyway, oh, probably not. I probably can't find it now. You know, it's when there's something you're looking for and you can't see the wood for the trees amongst all of the glorious pictures we've got. I'm sure I had him somewhere. Oh, here we go. Yes, with LCU. We had a picture of him with LCU, didn't we? So there we go. There is the totally not like anything that we pretend to be Atris 5060 having some Centauri Mega Gin from a cannon bottle, I believe, at some point during the event. Marvellous
nice
man,
joke.
and I've got to apologise for how we make him sound on these shows.
Yeah, he was very very grateful that I've been doing the Thargoid briefings after he stopped doing them. So.
Well, we're going to bring him back this week. So I'm going to play your
sure?
theme tune, then I'm going to attempt to find the right buttons to make the slideshow happen in order. If I get the wrong, you either have to say next slide, please, or previous slide, please, for me, because it may all go badly wrong at this point. But here is the thing that you didn't see at ECM, even if you were there, because we didn't do it. But so Vulkarius theme tune.
We'll find high in the black face the Thargoid threat. Vulkarius leads the way, no fear, no regrets. Guards our Titan's breath, saving humankind. Together we'll defend, never fall behind. Whoa, keep your laser flare.
And I can just imagine Vulkarius' hair moshing, one hand in the air.
I love this.
It's the long intro as well.
Across the stars, our mission so clear. Vulkarius stands tall, there'll be no fear. Now the gates the void with his screw so tight. In the darkest space, he's our guiding light. Whoa, keep your lasers lit. Whoa, Vulkarius is here. Fight the onslaught, no fear tonight. Whoa, Vulkarius lies to fight.
Welcome back, everyone, and today we have a special guest speaker this week, the hardball head of Hackswing himself, Commander Atris 5060.
Good evening, truckers. Atris 5060 here with the latest Thargoid thwacking strategy showcase. Shall we begin?
The floor is yours.
Right, number one then. This Titan is dead.
The picture. There we go.
Oh, there's a 2-second lag on here. It's multi-crew, you know?
Yeah, but that is true. Next.
This Titan is no more. It has ceased to be.
Okay, next.
This Titan's expired and it's gone to meet its maker. Oh dear. It's a stiff. It's bereft of life. It rests in peace.
You weren't going to lead with some actual ships and strategies?
Oh, sure, yes. Have a look at this Titan toppling ship.
That's my ship.
I think you might be wrong. I think that's probably Alex Zuno's, but it's the only picture I had. Anyway, everyone just needs to build one of those.
And once they've done that?
If we hadn't propped up this Titan with a Farragut-class battlecruiser, it would be pushing up the daisies.
Next.
This Titan has kicked the bucket and shuffled off its mortal coil. It's an ex-Titan.
Okay, I think we're done here.
But I was just getting to the good bit. Look! This Titan is alive.
What?
Well, I'm sure LCU will be very proud of it.
No.
No, I've got it wrong. That's Titan Thor. That was your line, I'm sorry. Titan Thor, it's doing science. That's what it's doing.
Well, I'm sure LCU will be very proud of it.
Is there an echo in here? Anyway, and it's just gone vulnerable.
It's vulnerable? Then what are we doing showing them a dead Titan gallery? Everyone needs to descend upon Col 285 sector IG-OC6-5, surround Titan Thor, and kill it until it dies.
For the mug.
Vulkarius on the airwaves, shouting out the fight. Thargoid mass rising, gotta stand up tonight. Just for taking Titans, keep humanity strong. So what night to bed, I'll be singing this song. We're fighting there, saving everywhere. Say, come on, we'll make it and care. Fighting with them.
I proper buggered that one up, didn't I?
Not a single seam in sight.
No seams. Oh, yeah. It wasn't in my colour. That's what it is. The colourblind guy didn't see the line that wasn't in his colour, and therefore, yes, that's where I got it.
It also that also wasn't either of our ships, because I know for a fact Alexandria uses white weapons. So.
Well, I nicked that off the forum thread. I'm sure about that. Hang on, it may have been. I don't know, Alex with a remote. I'm just going to the thread right now to double check I didn't stuff up. But it looked cool. I mean, one like that. How about that?
Yeah, there are a lot of Python 2s out there without any actual distinguishing features, other than perhaps the Titan.
Hang on,
decal.
I'm just looking now to work out how badly I the Ultimate Python 2 Mark II core bomber, which can solo the Titan, that was introduced as. And it wasn't. That was actually Commander Mechan. Yes.
Yeah, we've been doing the same thing since Indra, but so we kind of all had the same idea, really.
Yeah, well, it was if you and Alex Zuno had been killing Titans, you might have used something that looked a bit like this.
Yeah, the shards are right. So so on the Python 2, if you get 4 Class 3 shard cannons without the 5th one and without premium ammo, you can get it just above 30% from 100, so it's like 32, 33. It's like 2/3 damage. If you add the 5th shard cannon, only Class 2, you can get it down to 20%, like a 5th. That's below, so the threshold is around 23% for adding a 30% premium ammo boost would get it down to 0. So it's just beyond. So if you get it all exactly right with premium ammo, yes, you can kill a core on your own.
Well, there we go. So you need one of these or something like it, and we're into the final stretch on our seventh.
Sixth indeed. Yep. So it was Tyrannus, then Tyrannus, Ligong, Oya, Hadad, Indra, and now we're on Thor.
And thank you very much to Commander Wotherspoon for the pictures as well. We sent him into great danger to go and take those pictures. Actually, it probably wasn't, because they're all dead. But thank you, Vulkarius. And once again, really sorry we couldn't do that last week from stage, but we've done it now.
No. It was a good idea. So like I didn't know like the parrot sketch just spontaneously. I'd have had to look the whole thing up. But haven't given time to do so. I thought it was a pretty good idea, so I put it together.
Yes, this Titan is dead, and this one is pushing up the daisies, or it would be if it wasn't. Wasn't it nailed to a Farragut battle cruiser? But no, thank you so much.
The original was if it wasn't nailed to the post, it would be pushing up the daisies. I realize there's not really anything in space to nail it to, nor prop up. But I
perch sounds fishy.
Bit, yeah.
Well, look, thank you so much for putting that together. Normal service will resume next week. Now, hopefully, obviously, it will have gone boom next week, so we can be talking about where to move on to next. I think it's likely, isn't it, by next Thursday to have gone boom, probably.
Yeah, pretty likely. We were on just before the show. We were already way into the second of the onion rings. If you give me a second, I'll check. And the server's doing its thing where it doesn't show us.
Well, you can tell us later in the show, I'm sure. But thank you again. I'll do another. If it's hang on a second, I've got to click the thing. Another little video before the word of the week, Amelia.
Okay.
If that's all right with you, we got a short one from. Should we do Will or Sally?
Sally.
We'll do. Okay.
Sally.
Here we go.
Greetings, commanders. Happy ECM. I can't believe it. It's here already. Of course there's another one. And another one. There better be. I'm so happy to see all of the amazing stuff that is happening for you all. The teams are, they're my favourites, right? They're working so hard still to bring so much love and life and longevity to the galaxy that you all bring yourselves to. Keep it up, keep going. I'm good. I'm good. It's busy. It's very busy, and I love it. You know me. My little legs are just going all over the place. I'm ultimately grateful that my path has led this way, but I'll never ever stop the love for you and all of my besties at Frontier, Arthur. You're my bestie, right? I nearly swore then. I didn't say that word. I'm going to go now. But yeah, I did promise David that I'd share a few things that I've been up to. Big crystals, cat boys, bunny girls, and it's great. I'll just show you some of the stuff that the team. I mean, this is what we have to. I'll just show you what we're dealing with right now. I don't, you know. See, it's pretty varied. But yeah, sorry, I don't really have much else. Gamescom, everything. This is about you guys, okay? I don't want you. You know I'm fine. I'm doing my thing. Have an amazing ECM. Thinking of you, biggest fan. Watching. See you in the back.
Oh, we love Sally.
Oh,
yeah. We miss Sally. Yeah, so another one from back in the day. And it was so good of them because none of these guys work on Elite anymore. They've all moved on to other careers and other studios and whatever. And they did this just for all of us, the community as well, because they've been, all of this lot have been to various ECMs and LaveCons over the year. And they just wanted to send little messages to the community, to all of us and to all the people watching at the moment, just to send a little bit of love in that direction and a few familiar faces. And I'm so grateful to all of them, including the few of them that had to get clearance from head office to show videos and Sally and those little shenanigans she has from her community management over on that side of things with her Final Fantasy and her chocobos. So, right, Amelia.
Yes. Oh, do we have a word of the week?
We do have a word of the week, and word of the week this week is gablock.
And what does that mean?
It's a spur attached to the heel of a fighting cock.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Oh, yes. At the medieval fair, Gusto the Jester's gablock kept falling off his cock. Honestly, though, cockfighting. No wonder they all get the plague.
And for anyone who is even remotely interested, the spelling and the meaning is coming across your screens now on our Twitch stream in the form of a headline.
There we go.
I've got to say, I am really looking forward to listening to Vulkarius try and use
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Anyway, here's another thing to look forward to. What do you call an anteater electrician?
Jeff.
It's Barry, isn't it?
It might be Barry, but what kind of aardvark is Barry? He's an aardspark. Aardspark. Aardvark!
And now it's time, with the complete randomizer on the sound, so Flossy, I have no idea how long your intro is going to be, for Flossy and this week's CG News.
When the universe is in trouble, bug infestations in the bubble, your home station's burned rubble. What on earth can we do now? Interstellar initiatives. Let Flossy tell you what it is. Then you can get involved with this. You should listen to what Flossy says. Interstellar initiatives. Flossy tells us what she thinks it is. Then you can get involved with this. Now you should listen to what Flossy says.
Hello, Flossy here with this week's CG News. Last week's CGs, Utopia appeal for vital commodities. Scraped past Tier 1 shortly before the CG ended, with 20,304,592 units collected by 2,519 contributors. A paint job of the Crypsis, the yellow Crypsis for the Crate Mark II will be awarded to top 50% and above. The Utopia appeal for encoded materials unfortunately failed to reach Tier 1. There were 756,352 units collected by 1,224 contributors, but unfortunately it was not enough. The CG failed, so there are no rewards. There are no new CGs this week, so that's it for this week's CG News.
Flossy told you what to do.
Thank you very much, Commander Flossy. Right, should we do one more before somebody introduces Beetlejude and Wotherspoon? One more of our little videos.
Sounds good.
Who haven't we done? We haven't done Will. That's the last one, I think.
Yeah.
So here we go. One more of our community team from back in the day. This one's a little bit longer, and I'm hoping once again I've not messed up the audio. And then after this, we'll just drop straight into Beetlejude and Wotherspoon, assuming that I've pushed the buttons in the right order. So here we go. You might recognise this face from... Might be, possibly...
Hello everyone, Will here.
No,
it's been a long time
again.
since I've been in front of a camera.
Excuse me
so
for a second
I hope
while I
you're
go
all
and
doing
beat
very well
Mr. Dusty
and having a lovely ECM.
No, I'm going to cut that.
Don't have
Will,
any updates for you, really.
Will, no, that's enough. Thank you. Right, let's try again, shall we?
Hello everyone, Will here. It's been a long time since I've been in front of a camera. So I hope you're all doing very well and having a lovely ECM. I don't have many updates for you really, but I do want to confirm that me and Ed Lewis are still friends, but I do refer to him as Egg now. So if anyone has any correspondence with him, make sure you call him Egg. I'd really appreciate that. And he'll sort of be wondering, why am I being called that by these guys? Don't have a lot of updates for you really, but I did want to share just a couple of things that's going on in my life right now. So give you a little walk out here. These are my marigolds. Look at these. They're looking a bit limp actually. But that's my marigolds. It's not Warhammer, sorry. What else have I been doing? I recently got into vinyl, which I'm sure some of you will remember what that is. Rainbow Goblins, Japanese, fusion funk mix, jazz, rock, disco, I think, as well. Enjoy that. But obviously, I know what you're all waiting to see. You're waiting to see if I am still a massive geek, which is true. So what I've actually been up to, none of that stuff, is Warhammer. Oh, there's loads of stuff here, hang on. This is what I've been doing with my life since I left Frontier. Here, look at this. Warhammer. Warhammer. Lots of Warhammer. There you go. Have a wonderful ECM once again, and yeah, all love from me. Hope you're all doing smashing. Bye!
Galnet News Update, 15th of August, 3310.
A crumpled piece of paper gives an insight into what Sim Guru Pranav Antal had been hoping to do with the renewed Utopian Library had the appeal been successful. There were, in fact, two appeals, which we can figuratively think of as an appeal for more shelf space and an appeal for books to put on the shelves. The appeal for more shelf space was barely successful, with just about enough materials scraped together to get something budget from IKEA. The appeal for encoded materials was a total flop, with only about 1% of the requisition met. Antal thanked those who took part, promising that the limited materials that were provided would be put to good use. A draft of the speech the Sim Guru would have delivered on successful completion was accidentally found by Galnet News Digest while we were innocently searching through utopian dumpsters. This version of the speech promises to use the data to help perfect the Acheron interface. This project, which runs in parallel with the Sim archive, would aim to transfer not just the memories and collective wisdom of all humanity, but also to transfer their very consciousness into digital form. This project has disturbing parallels with Salvation's Nemesis failsafe, which might have been capable of preserving that evil scientist's consciousness digitally after his rather messy demise at the hands of angry Thargoids in HIP 22460 in August 3308. There are also concerns that an AI fed all the knowledge and consciousness of the human race might end up churning out unbelievably boring animated cat memes. But given Antel's total failure to get the backing of commanders, we seem to have been spared that terrible fate. The CEO of Sirius Corps, Li Yongrui, could hardly contain his excitement at the utopian failure, saying that Sirius plans to approach the Sim Guru to offer its resources to help prop up Utopia's research programme.
In unrelated and disparate news, Titan Thor is vulnerable and is expected to be destroyed this weekend. Keep an eye on your inboxes for instructions. Soon, the Titans will be a memory, so it's nice that a Titan bobblehead is available in the store to keep that memory alive. The first rewards of Grade 4 and 5 materials for those fighting the Thargoids have been issued. And there's a new way of monetizing stellar screenshots that has the entire community up in arms for no discernible reason.
This version of the speech promises to use the data to help perfect the Acheron interface.
Ooh, Litho, it's you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Beetlejude, and thank you, Wotherspoon. Wonderful digestion again, soothing all of our stomachs after that long weekend.
Yes, it was lovely to see them both, and Jude's clay making. I mean, some of them were phenomenal. Some of them looked like I don't know, the Ladytron 3000 designs, but some of them actually looked like Imperial ships as well. And there was exobiology. I think a few people were doing.
Yeah, there was some plants and brain trees and things as well.
Yeah, the Coriolis did not survive.
Sadly, no. But I don't think anybody was truly surprised by that.
No, probably not. Probably not. It didn't survive the journey. I think it got sat upon at some point, but it is being rebuilt. So that's sort of winding up towards the end of the show. Actually, we haven't run too badly over, despite having all the ECM banter. So I suppose if you had to pick one thing, one abiding memory from last weekend. I'm going to go sort of round the list, and we'll start with. Oh, actually, before I do that, there is something I've forgotten. Those of you that came to ECM, you got your badges, your little sort of memento badges with your name on it. And if you didn't hear about it, on the back of that badge is an NFC tag, one of these little contactless tags that you can tap your phone to, and it takes you to a super special page that Commander Vulkarius put together with links to the various charities and the program. But it's too late now because you've missed it, and also a download. Personalized, isn't it? Download Vulkarius?
It is. It's personal. So it's personalized to your badge name.
Yep. Of the game which we've been talking about over the last few weeks and months, as well. If you came to the event and you can't access it because you've got Apple flavored phones that don't do NFC tags properly,
which are the best.
Which are nasty Apple flavoured phones. Then you can pop into our Discord and ping us a message, ping me a message, and Vulkarius has very kindly given me the spreadsheet of all of the links as well for each person, the personalised links, and I can send them out to you if you want. So if you missed out on that, then do get in touch via the ECM Discord as well. But thank you so much for that and for giving it away to all the commanders, Vulkarius. I know you and Henry worked really hard programming all the badges on the build-up evening.
It turned out that reader I brought, once you stuck those tags on the badge, that actual USB reader stopped reading them.
Yeah, it's an RNFC reader, that one. really, really near field communication.
Yeah, well,
yes.
yeah, I guess. But the phone still works, so I gave Henry I made him a little web page he could copy and paste, so that sped things up a bit.
Yep, but he got them all done, and so yes, if you've got your badge from the event, you can click to download that, and we're going to be sending an email out in a couple of days as well, with a few sort of final details from the event, and a reminder that if you want to get hold of it, ping us a message. But thank you so much. So, Vulkarius, go on.
It might be worth saying that it's a puzzle game. I don't think you actually mentioned that part.
No, don't. It's an awesome game. And we're not going to give any spoilers away.
I did something I did add on the side of that. I added a modest means of chatting about it or sending a bug report as well. So,
if you bust it, bother Vulkarius, yes.
Yeah.
Or if you've got cunning ideas about this would be a really cool feature as well.
I've already added one of Dobbo's.
Right. Is that in the same version, or is that in your
no,
dev version?
No, that's on my dev one. So
right.
Yeah.
So okay, Vulkarius, as I've got your attention, one and only one abiding memory from the weekend. The tip top number one thing from your weekend, please.
It's so hard to pick one. Probably meeting a Scorpius again and doing a bit of VR in the garden.
Okay, fantastic. Flossy, how about you? If you had to pick one thing from the weekend.
Oh, goodness. Talking to Norman.
Talking to Norman. We did see
Norman.
you had a lot of Norman all to yourself for quite a while.
Yes.
Yes. He's your number one fan.
He's mine. Yeah.
And how about Amelia? Your number one tip-top thing, or a quote you had from your game that you want to...
You read that quote, did you, on Discord?
I did, yes.
During the Traveller game, one of my players...
Eve.
Yeah, I'm not going to name names, especially...
But it was Eve.
Looked up to me and says, "You can't do that. Who are you to dictate what happens to my character?" Of course, I looked at her and I said, I'm the GM. I can do anything."
Which is...
And that tickled me a lot.
Absolutely true. And how about Lithobreaker?
When I was taking virtual Paige, out for the group photo, the fact that I got interrupted in walking from the middle of the room out to the green just outside. I got interrupted 4 times by people stopping to chat to Paige on the virtual screen as she was recognising people and bumping into them. She wasn't even there and she was bumping into everybody she knew.
Yeah,
it was just really nice to see.
Just being, Paige physically couldn't be there, and just to be able to include Paige and have her on a screen at the back, like a virtual Sheldon cam, if you watch your Big Bang Theory, to have her on a screen permanently at the back of the room, taking part in the whole day, despite not being able to physically be there, and being in the photograph, because if you zoom in on the photograph, you can see Paige, or virtual Paige, as well. Mm-hmm. And we did all do the cheer for Ali, didn't we, out there? The Get Well Soon for Ali. So we managed to get 160 of us to yell "Get Well Soon, Ali" as well, with Paige, which Paige clipped and immediately sent to Ali. So we got a thumbs up from Baz and Ali to say thank you for that one. And Apology Officer, what was your abiding memory of ECM?
My abiding memory is Arthur's boa. Arthur's feather boa.
He owned it.
He owned it, he did own it. Yes.
And I suppose mine, to round us off, was probably the look of horror on Phoenix Defier's face when he won the traditional Hutton pants in the raffle.
Yes.
These were the traditional Hutton pants that were taken away by Commander Throw. I can never pronounce it. Anyway, who I understand does actually handle dangerous, hazardous materials some point in daily life as well, to do with work. I don't know, but encased them in a special hazard-proof box with lights and hazard tape and all sorts, and then it was presented to Phoenix Defier of Lave Radio. And the horror on his face is, how am I going to tell my wife that this is what I brought home?
Oh, brilliant.
Was absolutely fantastic. But once again, look, thank you to Chris and Litho and Psykit and Commander Asylum and Tisdar and crikey, Stephen Usher, and to H5060 and to Jude, Amelia, Phoenix to Fire, John at Spider-Man Games, everybody who brought all the games and stuff to do, to Zaphod Beeble, Bill for running the Artemis as well. I think more ships died with all hands than survived on the Artemis rig.
So usual Artemis rules then.
Yeah, and to everybody who helped. It was an awesome weekend, and I have been persuaded to do it again next year. So keep a week early in August free if you do want to come and join us. It's enormous fun, and we'll do it all again next year.
Good.
If I survive that long and the wife hasn't killed me. Right. It is the end of the show. Thank you so much, everybody in the studio here. Now, it's traditional that we go and raid somebody. So shall we have a glance at who we're going to raid? So
what
let's
about
just...
XGR1MRX? They've only
You're
got
giving
4
the
people.
difficult one to type, aren't you?
I spelled it out for you.
But I'm not on the typing bit. I'm the looking up bit. Hang on a second. Channels, live channels tagged Elite Dangerous.
He says the good old hipster's doing some BGS.
Where's that one? I'm just trying to find. I can't see it. Where?
XGR1MRX.
Hang on a second. I'm going to type that in. Hang on a second. Mr. Dusty's interfered. XGR1
MRX.
Okay. And how many viewers have they got at the moment?
They got 4.
Oh, crikey, we can fix that. Right, so everybody watching now, it's traditional for us to drop in on somebody else's stream and give them a hearty for the mug and give them a little bit of love and show them how awesome Hutton Truckers are. So we're going to play the end credits. Hang around until you hear Amelia tell everybody to bugger off. We'll go and raid them, and we will see you again. Well, I might not see you. Litho, are you around next week?
Maybe.
Because it's my son's GCSE results day.
Ooh.
And sometimes family first. So I'm
definitely family first.
I'm expecting not to be around and helping celebrate with Henry how he's done on his. Those of you that met him and played chess against him, I think Del Monte and Lady Del Monte played chess against him, whatever else. But anyway, they he's getting his results next week, and I really ought to spend time with him. So you probably won't hear from me next week, but hopefully, Litho, maybe you might be around to run a show.
Think I'm around next week, probably.
Oh, fantastic news if you are. If not,
I'll get my buttons working and I'll see what I can do.
We'll come up with something. Now, Amelia, are you going to be quiet or noisy?
I could be a little noisy.
Right, okay, so for the benefit of people who've not watched this stream before and weren't there during Dockers when Amelia screamed into the microphone, what's about to happen... Yes, you nearly blew the speakers. What's about to happen is Amelia's about to be incredibly noisy. So if you've got earpieces in or your subwoofer turned up to brown noise levels, you may just want to step back a tiny bit. Other than that, Amelia?
For the mug!
For the mug! For the mug!
Mug.
Seems I haven't got the button working. It's broken. No. Oh, here we go.
You had one job.
No, it's completely broken. We've killed it. Hang on. Why is that? Oh no, it's dead. It has ceased to be. Let's try this one. There we go. For the mug, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Well, I fired up my Sidewinder, feeling mighty bold. Heard tales of anacondas worth their weight in gold. Said I'll head to Hutton Orbital and make my fortune grand. But little did I know, it weren't quite as I planned. Oh, I flew to Hutton Orbital in my little ship so tight, through the void of space on that long dark night. But when I arrived, what did I see? Just a little old mug staring back at me. They said, come to Hutton, son, and get your big reward. An anaconda ship, you'll be the envy of the board. But as I landed gently, my dreams began to fade. For all I got was a mug and the memories we made. Oh, I flew to Hutton Orbital in my little ship so tight, through the void of space on that long dark night. But when I arrived,
What did I see? Just a little old mug staring back at me. Now I ain't one for complaining about the way things go, but I sure thought I'd strike it rich at that Hutton show. So I'll raise my mug up high and I'll toast to the sky, for the mug will cry as the stars roll by. Oh, I flew to Hutton Orbital in my little ship so tight, through the void of space on that long dark night. But when I arrived, what did I see? Just a little old mug staring back at me. So here's to all you pilots, dreaming big and bold. Just remember, at Hutton, your fortune might not unfold. But take it in your stride and enjoy the ride, for the mug will shout with country pride. For the mug.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the show. Everyone's buggered off now, so why don't you bugger off too?